You're listening to The Unstoppables, where each week we show you how to overcome obstacles and transform the sting of failure into the reward of growth. And now, here's your host, best-selling author, keynote speaker, and CEO, Bill Wooditch.
Resilience. Resilience is the key to moving forward in life, because life's going to come at you. It's going to hit you with things that you don't expect, and some things that you did expect. And sometimes those things that you did expect hit you harder than you ever expected. But to be unstoppable, to be that force, you've got to be resilient. You've got to be resourceful and resilient. Today, my special guest is Lisa Goldenthal. She's an executive wellness coach, a personal trainer, and a fitness expert. By looking at her, I can tell she is. She teaches and counsels and mentors high-impact CEOs, people like me, senior executives and entrepreneurs in Los Angeles. Lisa, welcome to The Unstoppables.
Thanks, Bill. I'm so excited to be here. I just love this topic.
Well, you know, you caught my eye in your work, and I love watching what you do on different platforms on social media. And the one thing that we communicated on that I had to have you on the show is resilience. So I'm going to open it up to you. Before we get into any other kind of conversation, talk to me about resilience.
Well, it's just a theme of mine. I've been an entrepreneur for mostly my whole life, and especially in the last 4 years, I've been studying online marketing, trying to figure it out like an octopus with 8 arms all over the place, trying to do like email marketing, Facebook, Instagram. I know we met on LinkedIn, and then there's Pinterest, and then there's networking and speaking and all of the things that you have to do as an entrepreneur. And I've found myself hitting a lot of resistance, a lot of it self-inflicted, and it just makes me look within and see where can I inspire others to be unstoppable, because I have self-sabotaged.
I self-sabotage a lot of things, but most of those are now in my rearview mirror. But the audience can't see you on this, but you got so much red going on. I love that fire back there. I love that emblematic red and fire that you bring in, because and that smile. It's an infectious smile you got. So to be resilient, because life's had to give you some nicks and cuts. Where did you start, and how did you get where you are? What did you have to overcome? So give me the story of Lisa growing up and how you got here.
Well, I've just always been a little bit on the crazy side, let's be honest. I just never took the traditional nice Jewish girl route for New York, and decided I wanted to travel and see the world. And I've always gravitated towards fitness. I'm in my 50s now, and I've been in this business my whole entire life. And I think I tend to be a little on the anxious side. So working out kind of calms me down, and focus is always hard when you're an entrepreneur, of finding what is the important things you need to do today. So just what keeps me going is I feel like I have a message of health and fitness and people not dying of preventable diseases that keeps me going, because I want to inspire others to do the same.
What do you think the difference is between willpower and habit?
Oh, I love that question. Thank you for that question, Bill, because what happens on the day when willpower doesn't show up? It doesn't show up every day. So you have to have consistent daily habits to keep you moving forward, so you don't get caught up in what already happened, because that is over. It's time to go resilient AF, right? Didn't we agree that it's always forward, not what I initially thought?
There you go. Yeah. And I love it. And that is actually a great answer to that question. It's probably one of the best ways I've heard it phrased, because sometimes, willpower won't show up. And that habit and routine is what has you looking like you do. With its ageless, I think, and timeless. And I think that's, you manifest what you're saying. Tell me about CEOs and people in business, those senior executives who are driven, and they have sometimes a lifestyle that maybe isn't conducive to health. What is your biggest hurdle in convincing those people before they have a life-changing event? All right, what is your biggest hurdle to that mindset to adopt something like yours and put some real merit into the fitness aspect of life?
Well, thank you. I mean, hopefully it doesn't have to be a life-changing event, because what I find with executives and busy people, I love them as clients because they're driven. And I feel like whatever drive that they had to get their business to that level, to get their family to that level, they can apply to their own health and wellness. So they have drive and they don't maybe believe in themselves because a lot of times people just spend their whole life building their business and their family and they neglect their own health. And I feel like true leadership is realizing that health is wealth, that you have to be a good leader by taking care of your health so that your team and family will do the same.
So how do you provide a platform for people to grow that self-confidence and their self-belief in what they're doing?
Well, to me, I hold that space for them, that I believe in them and I give them the action steps and that I hold them accountable to the highest level to meet with me, and they can't hide from me in any kind of a fitness protection program. I'll be on them. I'll be texting them. I'll be emailing them. So at first it's maybe just my belief in them that they can apply that drive and ambition into their own health, and finding their deepest why is really important too, to keep them on focus.
I read something the other day, and it's not really a secret, I think, but that purpose is part of a daily regimen of health, according to some of the top physicians anyway. Purpose is right at the top. To have that purpose and then to have that strive, it's all part of the human condition to grow, which is necessary for us to survive, I think, let alone thrive.
Yeah.
It's just,
what do you want and why do you want it? And if you're not clear on your why, then on those days you wake up without willpower, what's going to keep you going?
I want to reemphasize that. It's what and why. What do you want and why do you want it? Do you know, this is not going to shock you, but do you know that most people know what they fear? They're very intimate with their fears, but they really don't know with clarity what it is they really want. And then when they think they want that, maybe it's a wish, or they really do want it, they're not willing to put forth the effort to get it.
Well,
you find that?
It is only a wish without an action plan and accountability, somebody holding your feet to the fire to do the things that you said you wanted and why you wanted them. Like whether it's to be there with your grandkids or your kids, or maybe you're single now and you want to look hot, like, and why do you want it? It doesn't have to be deep, but obviously a deep connected why is going to keep you motivated a lot more than looking hot. But I'm not one to knock anything. I just think whatever your reason, a lot of times, you want to have more energy so that you can keep up with your life and not just fall on the couch when you come home from work. So I think it's connected to what you want is so important. Obviously, having a vision. I think it all starts with a vision of what you want, and then why do you want it?
That's right. It's got to be a deep seat. I used to travel across the country on different television shows, and I used to say one thing that I think resonated with many people is that you have to be able to cash those checks that your mind is writing with your body. Meaning you have to have the physical energy to get out and meet people and do things and have the enthusiasm for the game of life. And that takes a certain wellspring of energy beyond just, I want to do it, I'm compelled to do it. You got to have the physical ability to do it.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much nutrition can play a part in having that kind of energy. I find that I get great results with people on meal timing, and it's not only what they eat, but when they eat, that can help you age in reverse, which is something I'm super passionate about. Elevating your HGH levels, which is super important because human growth hormone levels decline after you're in your 20s, and having that kind of energy is all about your health. It's about working out. It's about eating healthy. It's about staying hydrated.
Oh, absolutely. Hydration is the key, right? So you've enticed me, and I see a book back there. All right, there's a book behind you. It's an international best-selling book. So tell me about that boss book back there.
Oh, this is my book. I'm such a shameless self-promoter.
No.
Boss Weight Loss.
Yeah.
And it is an international best-selling book on Amazon, and it has all my steps for success in there.
All right, it's on Amazon. What's the title?
The Boss Weight Loss.
The Boss Weight Loss. You're going to share in that book, you're going to share the secrets that you're talking about now, like how to increase the HGH and the timing of meals, the quality of meals, the portion size of meals, all that good stuff. It gets that metabolic furnace going. You're going to share that.
Absolutely. Those are my secrets. Like, I hold nothing back. I want to share with everybody what has helped me and my clients age backwards, be healthy, have the energy to keep up with our life, be resilient, keep going, always forward. And I talk about having your why. I talk about having your vision. I talk about the meal timing, the hydration, and having your vision and your why, I think is the beginning, and that really is the start. But all my 6 steps are in there.
You want to share the 6 steps?
Well, the ones that I have been sharing are what I believe in, like having a vision and knowing your why, and
1, 2.
what you eat, when you eat, and why I'm gluten-free. And actually, there's exercise plans in there. I actually have all kinds of links to little workouts and links to inspiration, because even though the old adage that maybe it's 80-20, or you can't outrun your fork, or abs are made in the kitchen, is all true, without the other 20% of exercise, it's not going to happen where you can re-sculpt your body. And I believe 100% in strength training.
So
and I talk about that in my book too, and I have some workout links.
Those outside of LA, and you're in LA, we're in Southern California, they would say some abs are sculpted in the plastic surgeon's office, right?
That is so not true. And I'm all about plastic surgery. Like, I don't knock anybody for doing whatever it takes to feel good about yourself, because confidence matters. Like, people are not going to see what plastic surgery that you've had, but they're going to see that you feel good about yourself and you're confident in how you're showing up in the world. But none of that works if you don't eat healthy and you don't exercise, because you can get all the fat sucked out of your stomach and it might come back in your back if you're just eating like crap. All the stuff you ate to get where you are is going to get you back there again. So it's about your health.
Yeah, some of us need to get the fat sucked out of our head. So
Me too. I got a lot of fat in there.
Well, maybe I might have a little bit left too. Tell me about your routine. So people are going to ask, what do you do during the day? What time do you get up? What's the first thing you do? How do you meditate? What gets you going?
Well, thank you for asking that, because obviously a morning routine is something that I believe in. It's in my book. I get up at either 5 or 6, and I make some time just for me, because I know Tony Robbins would say, if you don't have 20 minutes for yourself in the morning, you don't have a life. So I feel like we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and some of the top CEOs in our whole country have a morning routine, like Twitter CEO and Apple CEO and all of the people like Obama and Michelle Obama when they were president, that are super busy like us. Mm-hmm. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So I don't think you have to work out all day, but I would say get up early before you start your day. I like to have some time for a quiet time or meditation. And I know people have a hard time with meditation because we're all so type A and high strung. You can listen to a guided meditation. You can just plant some positive thoughts in your day about, I learned this from actually Dr. Joe Dispenza, about not getting out of the bed until I am focusing on my current goals instead of worrying about my past things that have already happened. So I won't let myself get out of the bed until I have some positive action steps planned, like my top 5 for the day. So my morning routine is in my book. I do some meditation, any meditation, move my damn body, even if it's 20 minutes. I drink my water with lemon. Of course, I have coffee too. And I focus on my top 5 goals for the day.
I don't believe you have coffee. I think you just naturally come this way. I'm the one that needs coffee in the vein.
I love coffee. Do not talk to me before I have my coffee.
Well, for me to deal with my social media coordinator, I have to have a lot of coffee because you just can't keep up with that. It's like a racetrack.
You have a great team.
Yeah, thank you. You know, you were talking about something I think is pretty interesting, and that's getting out of bed with that positive thought, not laying there and languishing in this misery of all the past stuff. So it's a 2-part question. The first part is this: how do you accept and then move forward from things that happened in the past?
Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not easy. like I said, over the last 4 years in particular, since I've been building my email list, my social media, and moving my business more into an online platform so that I can work like this with people all over the world, I've like gotten into car accidents, I've gotten into speeding tickets, I've gotten into texting tickets, and multitasking is the devil. And it's all my fault. So I consider it self-sabotage. And at the same time, I just don't dwell on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think having support is really important. I don't want anybody to listen to me whine. I don't believe in whining about the past, but sometimes you just got to have people to break stuff down with, and so that you can feel your feelings and heal them and then move on.
I liked you from the start, but now I'm starting to like you a lot because you have accountability for your person. You have accountability. You're not whining. There's no excuses. You're calling what your condition is, what your condition is. I love that because the more people that I surround myself with that own their life and don't blame other people for those conditions and don't say this happened to me and they live back there in that boat of recrimination and regret, I think the happier it makes me to be around those people. I don't want to languish with those people. I don't want to hang out with those people.
Well, who you surround yourself with is everything. The top 5 people you surround yourself with is your influence.
Well, I've got good influence if it's the people in this room. They're all breathing down my neck right now, so I don't know how I'm doing with this show. But let me ask you the second part of the question. Have you ever hit the snooze button?
I don't believe in it. I actually also love Mel Robbins, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. Yeah. I do stay in bed, and that's one of my worst habits is going to bed with my Mac and my iPhone, and I know I'm guilty.
Ouch.
I'm guilty of some crimes like that, but the reason I don't get out of bed is not because I'm sleeping. I will be meditating until I have a good attitude. Sometimes it takes more than 20 minutes to set that attitude for me, I'll be honest.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right up front, this is going to be terrible. We're probably going to edit this out of here because people in this room are going to look at me and go, it's Bill being Bill. It's going to be not appropriate in me too, but I'm going to ask this, okay? They're already rolling their eyes here. This is a lead into something. It's all right. Something that's very important to you. You still wear skinny jeans?
Oh, I love it that you asked that. Of course. I will do intermittent fasting and working out all day long before I'm going to let my skinny jean size go up.
Well, the reason I said that, the segue for everyone, for their edification so they can stop rolling their eyes at me, is you have a Popular Fitness's DVD, right? In its day, maybe in some other form, Skinny Jeans Workout, named one of the top 10 home workouts by Life and Style magazine. So there's some merit there, some credibility.
Well, huh? I'm really proud of myself that I'm still fitting in my skinny jeans because I made that DVD 11 years ago.
Woo.
And I want to bring the cast back together and do round 2 for the skinny jeans workout because it still holds true today. We did shorter workouts for busy people. There's like a 5-minute workout, a 15-minute workout, 30-minute workout, and a 45-minute workout.
Let me, because you are intriguing, I want people to find you. Tell me where people can find you. So you can spell out the name, tell me the Boss Weight Loss is on Amazon or wherever. So take your time and tell them this is where you go self-promotion and tell them where to buy this stuff.
Well, I'm great at self-promotion. LisaGFitness.com is my website. Lisa G Fit on Instagram and Twitter. Lisa Goldenthal on YouTube and Facebook. And Lisa G Fitness on Facebook is my business page. And you and I met on my favorite social media platform. I am obsessed with LinkedIn. Lisa Goldenthal.
I really love that engagement that I get on LinkedIn. I think it really inspires me to create and do different things with more content. So I'm with you on that. It's a really good platform. We're down to the big final 3 questions. This is the first one. You're ready to hit this one out of the park. Don't pull it out of somebody else's book. How do you define success in your terms?
Oh, thank you for that, because I have found myself in the past comparing myself to others, which is such a losing proposition. So to me, I think it starts with gratitude. If I can be grateful.
I just wrote this word down. That's gratitude. It's not German, but it's gratitude. I wrote that down because I was going to ask you, you have an attitude of gratitude. You just nailed it. Man, the universe is freaking clicking today for me for some reason.
I love that. No, I'm 100% into gratitude because when I ever get into the fear, false things appearing real, what is it?
Yeah, there you go.
There's an acronym for that.
False evidence that appears to be real.
Thank you. And I just try to, instead of indulging those thoughts, come back to gratitude. Like even for simple things like I have an apartment 4 blocks from the beach. I have a great family. I have friends that love me and support me. Instead of finding all the things where someone else did it better or I haven't gotten there yet, I try to bring it back to gratitude.
You have a fantastic mindset. Your orientation and mindset is fantastic. Number one, because it's take no prisoners in terms of excuses, call your own bullshit, right? You see something, you have a vision, you want it, you're willing to make those sacrifices to get it, and you have gratitude for today, for the moment, for being able to live in this time. Man, it's a huge inspiration for me. You're getting me all fired up now. Wish we could do another 20 minutes. Let me ask you about the big F word. It's not the one that's your acronym, but what do you consider to be your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
Oh, failure. I think my first business class that I took when I started studying online marketing, I was comparing myself to everyone in the class. And I realized that maybe out of 150 people, 15 people knock it out of the park in their first quarter of their first year in business school of online marketing, which I've been studying. So I think my biggest failure was to not give myself more time to build a business instead of feeling bad that I didn't do as well as some other people did.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I really coach people not to assess on that relative scale of comparison to others. It's a zero-sum game. You're not going to have as much money as Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. You're not going to have, you can't have enough cars. You can't have enough houses to fill that void inside if you don't really have that sense of self-worth, the sense of purpose, and you're really taking care of the physical as well as the mental. So I'm with you on that. And I don't really consider, even though I wrote a book on it, that was a best-selling book because I had some really good people that were helping me with that book, like Kelsey McDaniel. So she takes a bow at this point. But I really don't look at failure as failure of something final or something fatal. I just think it's just part of the sacrifice you make on your way forward. Always forward.
Absolutely. But for me, I just wish that I would have been enjoying the journey more instead of comparing myself.
Hey, but now see, you can look back and you can understand, man, that comes, yeah, okay, I got the good stuff out of there. Now I can learn from that stuff and apply it to make my future even brighter and better. Lisa, the one thing, and this is just me, is my avuncular way of mentorship. And I learned this by doing this. I don't want to be on a park bench of regret. I don't want to be there at a certain stage and age of my life where I can't do those things that I can do now. So regret is something I don't want to live. So I do those things right now so I don't got to feel the pangs of regret later on down the road. I think you're with me on that boat, right?
Awesome. Yeah. I feel like all the things that have happened to me, and trust me, there have been many, some of them are in my book in the intro, of failing forward and enjoying the journey, and that everything that's happened to me along the way has made me the person who I am today. So why would I want to take back any of those fun times I had when I was younger or any of the crazy stuff? Because I enjoyed it. And it's made me who I am today.
Thank God that maybe it was circumstances or what I was imbibing in, but I don't remember most of the really good times. Okay, so there we go. That's one way of selective memory. You have been phenomenal. Lisa Goldenthal, fantastic. You've got to check her out. This is a great podcast. I really appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for contributing to the Unstoppables.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.